Sunday, and I have spent the whole weekend resting. That does mean I got a lot of reading done. So let's do a quick wrap up of what I've read so far. Friday night I finished Milk, Blood, Heat, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Incredible, amazing short story collection. I loved every single story. There's not one I didn't enjoy. I think my favorites were Milk, Blood, Heat, The Loss of Heaven, and An Almanac of Bone. Saturday morning I finished Annie and the Wolves, 5 out of 5 stars. Super unique, like nothing I've read before. It's like a mix of sci-fi and historical fiction and horror and a thriller, and yeah, amazing. Really highly recommend this, but it's definitely weird, but weird in a really good way. This morning I dyed my hair, as you can see. Nice, no more roots. And I started reading Outlawed yesterday, and I finished it this morning. It's a really short book, and it's really fast-paced. Another 5 out of 5 stars. I'm on a roll right now. Just 5 out of 5 stars left, right, and center. This is really good. It has great LGBTQ rep. It has non-binary. It has cowboys. It has outlaws. It has everything. So good. And then this afternoon, I have started Later by Stephen King. And getting through it pretty fast because it's really fast-paced and it's Stephen King and I love it and I want to devour it, but I'm trying to take it slow. Yeah. As far as how I feel goes, I definitely feel a little kind of cloudy today, a little dizzy today, but I think that's because I took a shower and the water gets in the ear and, not great. So I'm in bed for the rest of the day. Gonna rest and read and watch Criminal Minds. It's Monday and it's super sunny and I feel a little bit better today, so let's focus on some good thoughts for this week. Hopefully it's not too busy, hopefully it's steady, hopefully I have a bit of time to rest and read and stay in my routine that keeps me happy and safe. Last night I finished Later by Stephen King. I binged the whole thing. I couldn't help it. It's a story about a young boy who can see ghosts and his mother who is a publisher and her girlfriend Liz who is a cop. I don't want to give anything away because I went in blind and it was great. I love this book. I had such a great time reading it. I can feel how much fun King had writing it. Despite the dark subject matter, you can feel his joy coming through, and that makes it even more fun to read. The book seems to be really polarizing online though. I'm thinking it has something to do with the ending, which is very left field, but I enjoyed it. Next up, I plan to read How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Sherry Jones. This is a debut novel from a Caribbean writer set in Barbados about 4 people, each desperate to escape their legacy of violence in a so-called paradise. I also want to pick up a fantasy to read since I've been reading a lot more contemporary and horror this past week, but I haven't decided which one yet. So I'm going to read this one on my breaks at work, and when I get home tonight, I will pick a fantasy one to try. Okay, so I got no reading done last night because I had a major headache and was super dizzy. Thank God for Corona Minds. I only read a few pages of One-Armed Sister. It starts off in the first 20 pages with a murder and a miscarriage, and I think it's a little too dark for my headspace right now. I also picked up Wings of Ebony, but only read a few pages before the headache kicked in. I'm just not sure what I'm in the mood to read. Kind of frustrating. I get like that sometimes. I'm usually a pretty heavy mood reader, but I can't tell where my mood is right now. Is it fantasy? Is it a thriller? Is it contemporary? I don't know. I might try a few different books today, just a chapter of each, and see where my attention span goes. But I am working from home today because I am just feeling really like my body is not happy, very run down, just not feeling great. Hopefully this infection clears up soon. In other news, I got my wig yesterday. Yay! It's for my Dungeons and Dragons character, who I'm bringing to life because why not? Her name is Arwen, and she's an elf cleric, and I love her. But I'm currently working, so I'm going to get back to it, and hopefully I can find something to read tonight, and hopefully I start to feel better soon. Okay, so I started 2 thrillers and 2 fantasies, and honestly I want to keep reading them all, which is a good sign, I guess. But I think that I'm going to pick Sadie and The Girl from Shadow Springs, because those both, the first chapter ended, and I was like, I need to know, I'm going to keep reading. These 2 I will save for next, I guess, because I really want to read them as well. But I think reading 4 books at the same time is probably really stupid. Those 2. You look like a demon. Okay, so some good news. I just got back from the dentist because we were checking to see if my ear infection was in fact a tooth infection, because they present very similar symptoms. And I was getting a lot of jaw and tooth pain, which shouldn't be happening. So they double checked, and I don't have a tooth infection, which means it's definitely an ear infection. And I had an appointment with my family doctor on Friday morning, and he's gonna take a look and see why it's not healing and hopefully give me some antibiotics so I can stop feeling so crappy. So yeah, feeling very relieved. I was really worried because if it's a tooth infection, that means root canal and possible tooth removal, and I really don't want to go through that again. So yeah, one step closer to understanding what's wrong with my body. And I swear to God, if on Friday the doctor goes, you know what, you actually don't have an inner ear infection, it's anxiety, I'm going to scream. But I am presenting all the symptoms of an ear infection, so I'm sure it's totally fine. So yeah, woo. Do you ever get a Beach Boys song stuck in your head, but you only know like the first couple of words, and you're just singing the Beach Boys all day? That's what I've been doing all day. That's how my day's been. I just wanted to give you a quick reading update, and I will probably end the vlog here because it's Friday tomorrow, so I'll start anew and do a weekend one. I am 126 pages into Sadie, which is a YA thriller about a podcast that is looking to find a missing young woman. This young woman is named Sadie, and her little sister was murdered when she was 13, and then Sadie disappeared soon after. So the podcast is like intrigued by this mystery and is following it and trying to track down Sadie. It's written in podcast format, like with the different people interviewing, and then there's Sadie chapters. It is highly rated. People have been yelling about this book for years and years and years. I knew I would love it. I just haven't gotten around to reading it. So yeah, I'm loving it. It's really good, really interesting. I like the podcast format, and I have no idea where it's going to go, which I love. Obviously, this has been a long and confusing week for me. I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow morning, so hopefully I can get a better understanding of what's wrong with my body and maybe some better advice on how to heal it going forward. And I'm guessing the advice will be, take it easy, just rest and you'll be fine. So yeah, that's not gonna work for me. Fix it quickly. I can't rest. Fingers crossed for some good news tomorrow. I'll update you guys after. So yeah, end of vlog. What are we, 4, 5, 4? I don't know. My brain is broken. I have an inner ear infection, okay? I'm just gonna use that as an excuse for everything I do wrong for the next month. Okay, bye. Wouldn't it be nice? Ba, 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 ba,